When I started my YouTube channel, I started with three other friends and we made a commitment to show up consistently. We decided that we're going to be posting nothing less than 4 videos every week. It was an exhilarating experience for me because it meant that I had to be creating, editing, and publishing 4 videos every week. And it really helped me, right? It helped me to stay consistent and it helped me to push out a sustainable amount, like a good amount of content on my YouTube channel. At the same time, I was able to repurpose those videos for my other platforms like my Instagram Reels and my TikTok, and even sometimes my blog. It was pretty good. But then a few weeks down the line, one of my friends, the one that actually brought up that idea, dropped off. He said he had other important things in his life to focus on, and YouTube was not just the only thing he wanted to focus on. So he left, and then the three of us continued. And I remember a few days later, the other friend just disappeared, and it remained two of us. Then we continued for about a year, and then one day, my other friend, which is a girl, came to me one day and said that YouTube had disabled our accounts because of a copyright issue. That day it wasn't funny, and this was someone that had already built it to over 1,000 subscribers. It was a media and entertainment platform, so it meant that it was like a gossip channel. So it meant that she was seeing traffic all the time. But just because of that mistake, YouTube disabled our account. And I remember thinking to myself that why are we at the mercy of these platform owners? And I was really angry. She cries that day. I cried that day. I got to me again and I cried. This was someone who had been building for over a year, and this just happened. But it then meant that I was the only one standing and I couldn't keep up. And I'm normally someone who is self motivated and really driven, but even that was too much for me. I mean, I didn't have a group of people, like an accountability group of people who were responsible for me showing up consistently on my channel. So I also dropped off. But now I am back. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been ages. If you are new here, thank you so much for choosing to watch my video. Please click the subscribe button. You can also follow me on social media at Fisayo Patrick. Almost every creator goes through a vanishing season, and I've classified the seasons into four. The first one is the silent season. The second one is the burnout phase. The third season is the clarity gap. And the fourth season is the distraction period. And if, like me, you have disappeared for a while, you may understand what I'm about to share in this video. What separates long-term creators from short-term creators is not consistency without breaks. It is the decision to return. Let's talk about it. Many of us have this unhinged idea that real creators are consistent forever, that they post weekly, that they never slow down, and that they never lose direction. See, I'm here to tell you that that is not true. Almost every creator you admire have had different seasons. They've had seasons where they questioned everything. They've had seasons where they stopped posting. They've had seasons where they felt unsure. They have actually thought about quitting. You just didn't see it. So now let's define what those four phases I mentioned earlier are actually about. Phase one is the silent season. The silent season is the season when you withdraw. You're not necessarily burned out, you're just quiet. Maybe you're trying to reconsider your direction. Maybe life is heavy. Maybe you are just trying to process your own growth. There's nothing wrong with the silent season, but it becomes dangerous when shame enters. And what I mean by that is the longer you are quiet, the more embarrassing it feels to return. You begin to wonder, did people actually notice that I'm gone? Will I still have my followers, my subscribers? Is it too late? Did I lose momentum? You will ask yourself all sorts of questions. But just because you were silent doesn't mean you failed, right? Silence is not failure. It is only failure if you decide to make it permanent. That is, if you decide to stop showing up without any actual reason given to people who already trust you. The second phase is the burnout phase. And burnout is different because burnout is exhaustion. It usually happens when you're creating without systems, when you're creating without any form of strategy, when you're always jumping on trends, when you were performing instead of communicating, when you were performing instead of communicating value, when you were building without clarity. You feel drained before you even open the app. You resent creating. And trust me, I used to be here. My Instagram account was disabled on the 31st of December. Instagram happened to be my main platform. Just like that, it was disabled. And, I had it, it really felt bad, but at the same time it felt better because I knew that I had the opportunity to start again. So I must have missed it at some point. I was stuck at 2,500 followers, and it was like that, and people would follow me. It would not increase, it would not reduce, it was just there. I dreaded seeing or following any creator advice that people were giving. It was pretty intense. It was pretty annoying. I knew that I had to just restructure. It was difficult for me to restructure, and I just kept building on the mistakes that I had made. If that's your case, the solution is not quitting. The solution is restructuring. The third phase is the clarity gap, and this one really feels subtle. Here, you don't even know what you're building anymore. You just open up your page and you're like, what am I even doing? Because, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a strategy. I was just showing up. Now, the fourth phase is the distraction period. This is a slow drift, right? Life gets busy, new opportunities come, new ideas come, new advice come, and you begin to consume more than you create. You tell yourself things like, oh, I'll come back next week. And then weeks become months. So this phase is not very, very dramatic. It's not something that you may pay attention to, but it does create a distance between you and your identity as a creator. And if there is anything hard to recover from, is identity distance as a creator. Now, here's what most of the advisors you follow online will not tell you. Long term creators do not avoid these phases, they recognize them and they return. They may not return dramatically, they may not return perfectly, but they return. If, like me, you have been gone for a while, this is not the time to feel guilty. This is the time to pick up and start again. If you need to start again, do so. If you need to continue, do so. But here's one thing that I did. I sat down and I got clear with myself. I asked myself deep questions. I answered them myself and I started again. And I rebuilt my account. And in just like a little over a month, I am already at 135, 134 followers. Now, this may sound small to you because 134 to 1000 is a lot, right? But one thing you need to realize is that these are actual people that I built myself after Instagram disabled my account. These are people that I built after I got clear with myself. These are people that I built with real strategy, with a strategy that I came up with myself. These are people that genuinely engage with my content, people that are my target audience. And I didn't just do it, right? Like I said, I answered a couple of questions and I have packaged that for you. I need you to answer those questions yourself. I'll put a link to the workbook that I've created. I followed it and I saw that it worked. And I saw that, oh my God, many people are in my shoes and will continue to be in my shoes if nobody comes with help. So I have put a link to the workbook. I'll put a link to it in the description. You should check it out. Check it out. It's really important. I'm not forcing it. This is not forced. If you can afford it, get it. If you cannot afford it, maybe just stick around. I might have something else, but maybe I don't know. But it would really genuinely help you. All right. So that's all I have on this video. If you have not yet subscribed by now, you should subscribe. I mean, I'm glad that you waited till this moment of the video. Please subscribe to my channel and you can follow my new Instagram account on at underscore Fisayo Patrick, at underscore Fisayo Patrick. I will talk to you in the next video.